from that period, we already like around, I think we were around five in the salon. We were around five then. That's I had two juniors or so, or three. I think I had three juniors. So we were about six. We were about six then. So normally, not normally, but then the right way is whenever I want to buy products that I'm going to be learning with, my boss prefers that we buy from her so that we buy original products, good products. But then my boss, most of her products were quite expensive, and because they were always very expensive. My mom could not afford them, and because of that, that was like my number one offense in that shop. No, that was my number two offense. My number one offense is that everybody has finished paying their money and I'm still owing. And number two offense is they're buying products from her and I'm not buying from her. That's number two. So anything that I would want to do with the products that I had, or those ones that my mom gave me, they were always wrong. Whether they actually looked beautiful, because I didn't get them from her, they were always wrong. She would always criticize them. Anytime I tried to bring a model and I just tried to do something on the person's face, she would always be like, look at what you're doing to this person's face. See, I want to spoil this beautiful girl's skin. Of course, it wasn't like, it wasn't like something that would, burn their skin and all, but because it wasn't from her, it was just never going to be good, and I remember that those times, sometimes I would go, we used to have one toilet there, I'll go there, I'll cry, sometimes I'll be like, God, when will my mommy pay this money now, when will I be able to afford those kind of products that my boss sells, so that means I can be like the other girls, and the other girls that whenever they are doing something, even if it's not so fine, my boss will always be there, she'll be there for them with those things. And all those are my wishes, and things I would say to myself. And fast forward to like 3 months later, my mom gave me, was it 10,000? Also, I can't really remember. I think she just did. She gave me something like part of it. It's like a little. Okay, she gave me 5,000. Yes, 5,000 from the money, and then I went to give my boss. And I was like, looking at her, that this is not a good way to pay. It's not a good way. It's not a good way. It's not a good way. I'm not saying that what we did was good, but we could not afford it. And the woman she really tried. Okay, this is where the real story starts. So 2 months later, I became the best at running errands in the shop. Instead of sitting down in the shop and learning like every other apprentice in the shop, I would always go to. I knew every of my boss ATM pins. As I then, I knew all of them. I would be the one to go to the bank. I used to go to the bank like 5 to 10. Sometimes I can go to the bank like 7 times in a day. I would go to the bank, I would go to the market to get things, And then my boss was a very strong woman. She was a very strong woman. She had a lot of microfinance people that she used to use. Like my boss, she used to use loan to run her business, but she used to pay. That's why I said she's a very strong woman. That it's not everybody that have Emmy to pay loan. My boss, she has that Emmy. So she was a very strong woman, and she was somebody that I really admired, because as much as I used to always go to the bank and I was not so much liking it, but I always go to the bank and I'd be like, this woman, she's always paying her loan, she's always, all those things, and I was always going to the bank, going to buy things, it's hardly before you see me sitting down at the shop. Maybe the day has gone, like maybe the day is already far gone before you see me resting, like sitting down. Not really rest, let me not call it resting, before you see me sitting down in the salon. So my boss was somebody that, at the first time everything was all sweet and all. But then when it started looking like maybe my mom didn't want to pay, it's not that my mom didn't want to pay though. It started looking like my mom didn't pay her, the right time. So she started doing a lot of things just to make sure that I would not learn. She felt that maybe I would learn and then run. The money. People have done a lot of things to people. So in a way, I don't blame her because, well, because I learned at the end, but it was tough. But in the midst of all these things, you guys, there was something that my boss was always doing that I bless her for. So today I bless her for, and I'm so grateful to her for it, because if she was not doing that thing, I don't know how I would have learned, honestly, you guys. Because she didn't want me to, now to learn from the shop because of the whole money thing and all. She did not tell me. It's like I didn't even realize all these things when these things were happening. I didn't realize that this is the reason why I'm always the one going, like, running errands for her and everything. I didn't even realize it, that this is the main reasons. Later when I grew up to mature and then to start reasoning things, and I saw that, this was what happened and everything. Every time, that one thing is this. Every time that my boss had any job outside, like from any client outside, she was always taking me. As in, when I mean always, if my boss went for jobs, if my boss went for 20 jobs outside during the season I was learning with her, she took me 18 times in that 20. She went 50 times. She took me like 45 times. She was always carrying me. Like, I was always the one following her. She would say, "Amacho, I carried back, follow me. Pew. Amacho, carried back, follow me." I was always the one following her for every outside or home services. All those clients that don't that would not like to come to the shop. So that was where the real thing. That was the real thing for me, because every time we would go, sometimes she would say, "Amacho, yeah." I told you I learned how to draw eyebrows very fast. She said, "Amacho, I draw their eyebrows. They can be like up to 10. Then my Amacho draw the eyebrows. Once I draw the eyebrows, she'll finish up. I will draw the eyebrows, she'll finish up. And then with that, I was learning. My boss did not even realize that the girl that she's thinking that is not learning anything, that this girl is actually learning. Fast forward to like 4 months later now, because I stayed long with my boss. And I was still going to be greeting my boss anytime, because she's my first boss and I give her that respect, and I love her like a mother still. So she didn't know that I was actually learning. So there was this period of time now that my boss would leave us, would be like 3 in the shop. So because my boss might not come early, and customers would come, I would do their makeup. I would tell their gele. The ones I want to do this, I would do their nails. The boss come, the boss will see me in the shop. She'll be like, the customers came. I'll say yes, so customers came. She'll be so happy. She was like, "Amacho, you did this way," and they loved it. I'll say yes. She's like, "You sure?" I'll say yes, ma'am. I'm very sure. And then when they come back again, they say, "That your girl, she around, Maybe they said saying a lot of good testimonies of me. And I was not the apprentice in the shop. I was not the only good apprentice in the shop. I also had seniors that had juniors too. So always said, "That your girl," in particular, because at that time I had this nature. I just this guy is your girl. You guys should not please. But you can understand. So that your girl, that one. She and everything. I really love what she did for me last time. Since those things. So in the midst of all of this drama from my boss and then, from the shop and everything, I was struggling with a lot of things inside of me. I was struggling with inferiority complex, the fact that I always felt like every other apprentice in the shop was better than me. I always felt like I'm better. I always felt like I'm better, because of how my boss would always criticize my work and criticize everything that I did then. This guy, like, was not always adding up, It was like I was always struggling to please my boss, struggling to just be there, like struggling. In fact, I always struggle to get that approval. And anytime that I would hear anything like, "Oh, you did so well," it always make me, it's like as if I built a mansion in a day. I was so excited. I was struggling with self-esteem, esteem issues. I had esteem issues at the time. I was also struggling with confidence. I was struggling with basically a lot of things because a lot of things that I didn't know that I was struggling with then, because I was a young girl and I lacked the capacity to understand that at every point in your life you always have to go through a challenge. I was a young girl and I felt like, oh, there's this thing should be using now. Even if this was not using any side, using it. Then it was like all the sides using for me. And I had a lot. But because I didn't feel good about myself and I didn't really love myself, so I think I remember that then I had a love interest. I didn't have a boyfriend, right? But of course I wanted him to be my boyfriend. I had a love interest that wasn't sending me as at the time. He wasn't sending me because I just had a lot going on. He wasn't sending me then, and I remember that he was always part of my headache. That was always part of my headache. I was sure that it was because at the time he was my best friend. I think he was the closest friend I had then, and I used to always, try to please him too. Not just necessarily trying to be a people pleaser. And I didn't know that I was struggling with people. I didn't know. But long story cut short, my journey learning was learning to be a makeup artist was a tough good one. One that brought me a lot of connections, brought me a lot of a lot of stories to tell, brought me a lot to learn from, and brought me a good skill. You guys brought me a good skill, yes. You guys are right. I'll show you some of my words. One of these days, I'll post my words. I know you can to work. I'm very good teacher. I know I need to say I'm always listening. That's what I'm saying about my last year. Just to try to go on that page for that one. Gosh. But if you go to my Instagram page, see like some notes. Instagram to the page. It starts to go around. TikTok, Instagram. So what am I saying? Yes, on LinkedIn I'm playing Emarachi. You guys. That's what I You guys should share my videos. You guys should follow me. You guys should comment. I want to hear those of you who have similar stories like mine. I want to hear some of them in the comment section. How were you able to navigate through that kind of? I think every single person that has been an apprentice in this life has their own story to tell. So you guys should tell me in the comment section, how did you navigate through the challenges that you had when you were learning whatever skill it is that you were learning? Then let me hear you in the comment section, and I hope I have not bored you guys. I know my story is long, but this is not the end though. This is just the end of one chapter. So you guys, all this is before I became a teacher. So let me see your stories. I would like to see them in the comment section. And I am not leaving you. I'm going to see you in the next video. I'm going to see you in part 2. Bye. Don't go anywhere till I come your way again. Love.